Sundar Pichai, in full Pichai Sundararajan, who was born today in 1972 in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, in India. He is an Indian-born American computer scientist and a genius who is working for both Google and its holding company Alphabet. In fact, he is the highest-paid executive of Google, whose net worth is more than 1 billion, and he is making 5 crore every day. Pichai resides in a luxurious 10,000 square feet villa in Los Angeles Hill. Being an Indian, it's a birthday tribute to this great Indian fellow. Happy birthday, Sundararajan Pichai. As a boy, Sundar Pichai lived in Madras with his family. His father was an electrical engineer and always wanted the boys to get a good education. From an early age, Sundar showed interest in technology and brilliant memory skills, especially while memorizing telephone numbers and other digital-worthy things. After earning a degree in meteorology BTech in 1993 and a silver medal at the IIT, Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur.
So I do think it's important to follow your dream and do something which you're excited by. So I think if you follow your heart and do what you like, you will always do much better. And so I don't think it matters that you're an engineer or you're in science, or it could be in any field.
He was awarded a scholarship to study at the Stanford University in material science in 1995. Sundar is married to his IIT batchmate Anjali Pichai, and he has 2 lovely children, Kiran and Kadpa Pichai. In the meantime, Sundar Pichai joined Google on the 1st April 2004.
Let me tell you a little bit about my personal journey to Silicon Valley from India 22 years ago.
As a head of product management and development, interestingly, it was the very day that Gmail was launched.
Google Maps. Every single day, users navigate over 1 billion kilometers with Google Maps. So the scale is inspiring to see, and there are other products approaching this scale.
He initially worked on the Google toolbar, but over the course of his work, Pichai was named as the Vice President of Product Development, and he became more active in the public role of Google.
I grew up without much access to technology. We didn't get our first telephone till I was 10. I didn't have regular access to a computer until I came to America for graduate school. Under television, when we finally got one, only had one channel.
Interestingly, his father was not financially well off, so it was difficult for his father to send him abroad for higher studies. However, his father somehow managed to send $1,000 from his family savings to cover Pichai's travel and additional expenses.
Growing up in India, like many of you, I got my first telephone when I was 12. In my case, it turned out to be a rotary phone, so it wasn't that great for selfies, but I still loved to call my friends, play with it, and sometimes take it apart.
But fate speaks better than reality, because in 2011, Pichai had made up his mind to leave Google and join Twitter's core team. However, Google did not want Pichai to quit. Hence, they offered Pichai a humongous 50 million in stock and retained him.
Copies of billions of web pages in our index, and we take the keyword and match it against web pages and rank them based on over 200 signals. Things like relevance, freshness, popularity, how other people are using it, and based on that, at any given time, we tried to rank and find the best results for that query.
On December 3, 2019, Pichai replaced Larry Page as CEO of Google's parent company Alphabet Inc. Larry Page decided to step down as the CEO, and Pichai was appointed as the CEO of both Google and Alphabet. It is believed that it was Pichai who proposed the idea of launching a Google web browser, Chrome, to the then CEO of Google.
That's because we've been focused ever more on our core mission of organizing the world's information, and we are doing it for everyone, and we approach it by applying deep computer science and technical insights to solve problems at scale.
Notably, Google Chrome is the now most popular web browser in the world. Pichai is also believed to be one of the most politically correct and neutral executives.
Did you push to get out the key vote? And I would say the two most populous states for Latinos would be California and Texas. Did you push to get out the Latino vote and pay for people to go to the polls in California and Texas?
We as a company didn't have any effort to push out votes for any particular demographic. That would be against our principles. We participate in the civic process in a non-partisan way, and we think it's really important we do it that way.
On 22nd December 2019, it was announced that Sundar Pichai would receive a hefty package of 2,040 million in performance-based stock awards over the next 3 years.
Every time you do a search, every time you speak to Google, in fact, TPUs are what powered AlphaGo in its historic match against Lacerdaw.
It was the highest performance award package offered to any executive of Google ever.
At Google, entrepreneurship is in our DNA. Google was founded here at Stanford, and the company's first home was in a garage just a couple miles from here.
Pichai was very innovative in his day-to-day life. In fact, Google Map was born because of his wife, Anjali. During a date night, Anjali was waiting for Pichai. Unfortunately, Pichai lost the road to the hotel and he arrived 2 hours late. It was a disaster. He came back to home alone. Anjali was very angry. She scolded Pichai a lot. Pichai left home and headed to the Google office. He called his team and asked them to start a new project. In 2005, Google launched Google Maps.
Google Maps. Every single day, users navigate over 1 billion kilometers with Google Maps. So the scale is inspiring to see, and there are other products approaching this scale.
Because on that day, Pichai already decided to make something for those people who lost their road every day. And now, billions of people use Google Maps every day all over the world. At last, don't forget to like before subscribing. I'm Prince and you are watching Interesting.